Well, welcome. Welcome to the mat. Welcome to bringing yourself to the mat for your own good. This will be an entry-level stretch kind of experience. We'll do a little bit of standing balancing a little bit later. You know, we always want to keep our brain and left and right brain and our physical balance in balance. So if anything hurts, you know, it's your body. You have to just dial back or take a breather, take child's pose. That's always an option. This will be a 1-hour class. I'm coming to you from Palm Springs, California, and a beautiful day here in December. So wherever you are, let's just come seated on your mat, find your gentle, easy posture. Cross-legged, some people don't find that to be such an easy posture. You can always extend one or both legs out straight, whatever feels good for you. Prop yourself up with a blanket or mat or bolster or something that might work. Just closing our eyes, sitting up straight, shoulder blades down the back. Back of the neck's nice and long, like you have a string coming up the top of your head. Hands are on your knees, on your thighs, on your lap. But let's turn our palms up in the receiving position, receiving posture, receiving instruction here. You're also receiving the practice for your own self. So we begin breathing in and out of our nose. This is our Ujjayi breath. That sound that sounds like a wave or Darth Vader. When you're consciously inhaling, your belly expands. And then when you push the air out of the nose, you pull the belly button in very, very strongly, emptying the lungs, emptying everything. Big fat belly. It drops your diaphragm so that your lungs can pull in air. And when you pull in the belly, it brings the diaphragm up to push the air out. When we make that noise, we're controlling the breath and we're building heat. Athletes breathe out of their mouth to get rid of heat, but we're building heat in yoga. So let's gently open the eyes, bring the hands in prayer position at the heart space. Still sitting up nice and tall, we'll inhale and look up, stretching, and exhale, hands to the side, back stays nice and tall, fingertips gracing chin down. Inhale up, chin up, reach. Exhale, tuck the chin down, arms down. Inhale up, reaching up, exhale down. A lot of energy all the way to the fingertips. Inhale up, exhale down. Let's inhale up, exhale down. Next time we're going to leave our hands up above the heads. And drop your right hand right by your right hip and turn off, lowering the left hand to your knee for a twist, twisting off to the right side. Chin as well, chin all the way to the right. Still sitting up nice and straight. And breathe, of course. We keep that Ujjayi breath going. Let's inhale that left hand up, reaching up to the sky. Nice and tall, stretch that left side of the body, and then drop the hand right behind that left hip. Now we have both hands close next to our hips. Bring the shoulder blades together, arching back a little bit. Really give me your heart chakra, your throat chakra. Opening the chest. Head back if your neck can handle it. And then we straighten the back, lifting the right hand straight up to the sky, stretching that right side, and then twisting off to the left. Looking over the left shoulder, eyes to the corner of the socket. That gives our eyes muscles, also some movement and stretch. Keep them going. Breathing. And let's inhale that right hand up. Same thing, we're stretching up to the sky. Second time, first side, dropping that hand behind your back. arching the back. Maybe you even bend your elbows a little bit up on your fingertips if you want to get a little bit more of a height. So the heart's going straight up to the sky. And release, left hand up. And twisting off to the right. Chin to the right. Eyes to the right. Sitting up nice and strongly. One more time, second side, second time, right hand up. I'm sorry, left hand, that's your left hand. Same arch. And releasing the right hand off to the side. You hear my guard dog off in the distance there. She hears something in the neighborhood. Chin all the way, eye all the way to the corner. Maybe even raise your eyebrows. And let's release. Last time, off to the right. All the way to the right. Set up your twist all the way to the right. That means you're dropping the shoulder blade onto the spine. Nice, strong twist. But turn your chin to the left only. Now pull your right shoulder back again. So we get a nice ringing of the spine. Cerebral spine is going to the left. Thoracic and lumbar to the right. Maybe that right shoulder rides up. Can you push it down a little? Turning the chin back to the right. And release. Coming forward, right hand up. And we'll do that same thing to the other side. Begin with planting yourself nicely, getting that twist really going to the left, dropping that left shoulder blade back on the spine, and the chin all the way to the left. Keep the body where it is, but just turn your chin to the right, nice and tall. Right shoulder, or rather left shoulder drop if it's riding up. And breathe. Chin back to the left. Right hand up, turning forward, both hands up to the sky, hands in prayer position. Down your heart line. And let's just fall forward. Crawling forward, shimmy and shake the shoulders. Had so much back extension there. Here's a flexation of the spine, rounding the spine. And from here, let's come up on our fingertips, like there's a ball under the palms of the hands, fingertips, pushing the fingertips into the earth, rolling the hips back, really opening that kidney area. Low back is nice and open. Shake your head, keep it soft. And from here, let's march off to the right, staying nice and low. So we're bringing that torso kind of over that right thigh. Maybe that left hand reaches a little bit further than you think. Just crawl a little bit further, really lengthening that left side, dropping the left rib cage just a little, lifting the right rib cage just a little. And that left knee, if it's riding up, just give it a push down with your thigh muscle. Now we're nice and low, back towards the center. And off to the other side. So your right hand here goes maybe a little further than you thought. Right rib cage down. It's a small movement, but we're trying to square to the earth so that that low back, that lumbar gets some love. And then walking back to the center. Walk your hands up, arms out to the side, looking up, reaching up. And let's separate the arms all the way out to the side. Cross your right hand across the body. Drop the left hand down and come up from below and grab your wrist. So the left hand is grabbing the right wrist. Sitting up straight. Thank you. A little bit of feedback. If you want to mute or down, there you go. Thank you. Chin to the right. And you're pulling with that left hand across your body. Sitting up nice and straight. The more you pull, the more you stretch. Drop that right shoulder down. And release, opening the arms wide, chest open, and swing that left hand across the body. Drop the right hand down and come up from below, grabbing the wrist, pulling it across the body. Jazz hands on that left hand so you have some nice energy going on. Pulling, dropping the left shoulder, and chin off to the right. The more you pull, the more you put into this. It's your own isometric movement. You're using your muscles against your muscles. And breathe. Let's release, spreading the arms wide again, shoulder blades very close in the back, and hands up over the head, interlacing our fingers. Let's invert the palms up to the sky. So we're trying to flatten the palms to the sky, pull the pinkies down the back, arms are straight, stretching nice and high. Here's your chance to bring your shoulders up to your ears, right? So we can get a nice long side body stretch, sides of the rib cage. So from here, we're going to pull the belly in and roll back onto the tail. So we're making sort of a C position. Hands come forward. Now we're doing the opposite. We're really getting a nice round back, pushing the palms of your hands to the front of your mat. Spine goes to the back wall. Shoulders are quite spread. Drop the chin even. Do you feel that movement in the upper neck? It's a great way to help. Maybe if you've got some stress or the beginning of a headache, you get some space back there, get some blood flow. Let's sit forward, hands up, reaching up to the sky, and releasing the hands. And just shake out your fingers, shake that energy away. And let's interlace the fingers behind our back. Straightening the elbows as much as you can. Lifting the wrists away from your waist. So you're really bringing the shoulder blades together. Heart opening here, chest expansion. Maybe even your head back, chin up, so your throat is open. Couple of deep breaths here. Play with the shoulders, roll them around just a little. Keep it kind of loose. And from here, we're going to tuck our chin, pull in the belly, bring the top of the head and dive down to the earth. You're going to get as far as your body will allow, pulling the wrists up away from your back as high as you can. Shake your head yes and no. Keep the neck just soft, head hanging there. A couple of good breaths. And let's come to sitting back up. Release your hands, reaching your hands up over your head. Hands in prayer down the heart line. Rest your hands, thumbs at your breastplate. Close your eyes for just a moment. And see if your pulse went up a little on that inversion. Every time you have your heart over your head, it is considered an inversion. You don't need to be hand standing or head standing for that. Let's inhale the hands up over our head. Separate the hands a little wider than our shoulders. Shoulders are dropped. And take that right hand. We're going to just pull the right ear down to the right shoulder, relaxing that right shoulder. Looking forward, sitting up nice and straight. Turn that left palm down, really like you're scraping your fingers along the side wall. Energy all the way down, nice and slowly dropping that hand down. And when our fingers grace the earth, just let the fingers rest there, just very so lightly. So you're still holding the arm up. Releasing the head, right hand, same thing, palm down. Nice strong frame here, like a ballroom dancer, you know, sitting up straight. And we're going to do skull shining breath, Kalabata breath here, which means you just pull in your belly button quickly and then release, and the air rushes back in. So we'll do about 30 of those in and out of the nose. And more. Now inhale and reach up. Thumbs are touching. Big inhale. We're going to do retention breath. So inhaling, hold, inhale. And then suck a little bit more in like you have a straw. Reaching up. Swallow, hold. Pull the belly in. Abdomen and diaphragm are nice up and hard. Engage. Hold that breath. A little bit more. And with control, slow exhale, hands in prayer position down the heart line. Other side. So inhale the hands up, a little bit wider than the shoulders, taking the left hand. And just pull that left ear down to the left shoulder, dropping that left shoulder too. So there's some space to get to, so that ear gets down there. Side neck, nice and easy. And now we'll take that right hand and turn the palm down. Same thing, like your fingertips are really, really reaching with a lot of stretch and energy to reach that wall. And when your fingers grace the rug, we release the head. Left hand goes up, palm down, reaching down. Left hand is released and finding its way towards the earth. When your fingertips hit the earth, another round of Kalabata breath. If you get dizzy, you just stop and take a break, but here we go. Couple more and release. Inhale, look up. Thumbs are touching. Retention breath one more time. Inhale. More. Fill up, nice and wide. Big, big, big lungs. Swallow. Lock off the windpipe. Looking up, reaching up. Maybe a little more air. Abdomen pulled in. A few more seconds. Hold, retain, retain. And gently release the air. Hands down the heart line. Close your eyes just for a moment. You might get a little head rush. It's free high. Feels so good to just really fill up the lungs and give them all the space they deserve. All right, let's release our hands. Bring our legs up and stretch our legs out in front of us. So you pull your seat behind you so you have a little bit of a prop going on. Flex our feet. Nice. Let's reach up and see what a forward fold looks like. This morning, fold of the witness. And bend your knees if you need to, but try and keep your feet flexed. Keeping your feet flexed gives the Achilles and calves a stretch still. And micro bend your knees if necessary. If you can straighten your knees and flex your feet, good for you, no prize, but you're just going to your ledge and getting the most. Breathing. Walking the hands up. Let's reach up one more time. Exhale forward. Drag the hands along the legs, pulling back, reaching up. Exhale forward. Dragging the hands alongside the body, reaching up. Exhale forward. One more time, reaching back. When you reach back, really arch your back. And then dive forward. Walking your hands back, placing the hands by the hips, bend the knees, put the feet on the earth, and let's come up to reverse tabletop. Shaking your head, shaking your moneymaker. Nice and high, can you shoot the right leg up to the sky and circle that foot, giving that ankle a little bit of motion and circle the other way. That foot down and left foot up, or other foot, whichever you were doing, circle the foot. Hips are nice and high still. Circle the other way, and foot comes down, gently drop your seat. Very nice, very good. Let's sit straight forward again, legs out in front of us, pulling in the right foot into the thigh, and then pulling the left leg open a little bit, so it's a bit of a V, trying to work a diagonal stretch in the hips instead of straight up. We're always walking forward, backward, sitting pretty much linear, so I like to work the diagonal when we can. So we're sitting at a diagonal, reaching the hands up. That extended leg's foot is nice and flexed, so we get a nice stretch up the hamstring. Turn off towards that leg. Make sure your belly comes too, not just the shoulders. And then at some point, we just fall and dive over that leg. Let your body weight do the work. Even the head releases, just kind of dropping the chin and hanging there. It's good that your hands are touching something rather than just stretching out in the air. When you release your hands tangibly touching something, the mat, your knee, your shin, your foot, you're more likely to let the back go and let the stretch happen. And breathing, of course, is necessary and nice. That extended leg's foot is flexed, so you get a little bit more. If it wasn't and you do flex it, do you feel the difference? Couple more breaths. Just let it fall. Maybe release slightly and then exhale forward again. And release slightly, exhale forward. Staying nice and low, let's take that left elbow inside the knee. And you can drop the hand on the earth in front of you if you can fish hook your big toe. That's fine too. Grab your ankle. Mostly we just want that elbow for a leverage point. Right hand on the hip, and we drop the right shoulder blade back. We're turning the chest up to the sky now. Using that elbow on the knee to kind of give you some leverage. Maybe you can even reach up to the sky. If that right hand or right shoulder is at all irritating, you can just leave your hand on your forehead. You can put the hand on your hip, whatever works for you. But mostly we're really dropping that right shoulder blade back onto the spine and twisting open. Keeping that left rib cage friendly with your left thigh. So we're tipped over to the side still. Yeah, looks good. Extended foot is flexed, yeah. Let's take that hand that's up in the sky or on your waist and see if you can bring it over your ear, over your head, and point towards those big toes. Continuing to sort of push with that left elbow so you can move that spine back, open to the sky. And now together on a big inhale, we're going to sit up, bring that right hand onto the earth, grab some earth energy here. We're going to rise up on that front shin, that right shin, arch the back, a complete opposite stretch. Hand over the head. Now bring that left hand straight up to the sky and drop the back of the hand back. Do you feel that left shoulder blade dropping on the spine? And your heart chakra is wide open here. That hand straight up to the sky again, and then over the head for a long, long stretch. And then with control, drop the seat down. Very good. Other side. So our right leg is out, left foot in. Once again, get your seat behind you. Who's following the train? It helps. Prop you up, and we reach up. Sitting up nice and straight, shoulders relaxed, turning off to that long leg. And then just dive forward. Let it go. It's your own body weight. Foot is flexed, so you can really feel that stretch all the way up the hamstring, all the way up to the seat. Trying to drop the left shoulder just a little, left rib cage just a little, kind of like we did seated when we started. And breathe. Check out your pedicure. Maybe as you exhale, you fall a little bit farther. Find something that's holding you back, a muscle group that's holding it back from being deeper, and see if you can exhale to that group to let it go. And now let's take that right elbow inside the right knee like we did on the other side. Fish hooking the big toes, or the hand goes on the earth. But what we're doing is pushing the elbow into the knee so that we can open up the shoulder. Left shoulder blade on the spine and reaching up to the sky if that's good for you. Otherwise, you can salute. You can leave the hand on the hip. Flattening the back, really arching. If your neck ever gets stiff, you can always turn your chin up and down, look at one shoulder or the other just to keep it loose. Extended foot is nice and flexed, so you get that full benefit. Right rib cage near the right thigh. Let's see if you can take that hand that's up in the sky. Reach towards your thumb, reach towards those toes on the right foot, all the while dropping that left shoulder blade back onto the spine. Couple nice breaths here before we do the counter stretch, which is always such a nice release. Here we go. Let's inhale that left hand up, place it by the hips, reach forward, rise up on the shin, make yourself a big arch. Pelvis forward, chest open. And with control, bring the seat back down. Let's bring soles of our feet together for butterfly. Hips should be really opening up a little bit by now. So you can grab your ankles and shins, you can grasp by your pinky toes, or you can take your thumbs like a book and put it on the soles of your feet and kind of peel your book open. If you're reading your iPad too much, you might have forgotten what a book is. It drops the knees down. Maybe you can lean forward and put your forearms or elbows on your shin or thighs, calves. And just bow your chin down, falling forward. You got it. Let's bring ourselves up, knees together, crossing the legs, rolling over onto all fours for cat and cow. It is not a yoga class without a cat and cow sequence, right? So palms are right under the shoulders, thumbs towards one another, index fingers pointing to the top of the mat, knees under the hips, tops of the feet either down or curled under. You know, it's a different lineages teach it differently, whatever works for you. I like the tops of my feet down, so I have more feeling of contact with the earth, some base of support. Inhale, drop the belly, chin and chest up, push the earth away so your shoulders are high, and then exhale, pull the belly, tuck the chin, tuck the tail, curl up. Inhale, drop the belly, tail and chest up. Exhale, round. So you're following the breath as you fill up the lungs and belly drops. The chin and chest goes up, tail goes up, and as you pull the belly button up, you arch like a cat, tucking. Inhale. Exhale. One more time. Follow your breath. And let's just come to neutral spine. Kicking back your right foot, curling the toes under, plant those toes on the earth, and kick your heel back. So you're really straightening the knee, straightening the whole leg, the back of the leg is stretching nicely. Planting your right hand and your left hand comes up to the sky for a twist. Still pushing the weight back, so you've got your heel back. Can you drop that left hand onto your sacrum, onto your low back, and drop that left shoulder way to the side? So we're really turning our front body to the side. Pushing the heel back the whole time here, right? And release, left hand up, comes down to the earth. Drop that right knee, other side. Left foot curled under and kicking back, straightening that leg. Pushing the heel back, planting the left hand, and we bring the right hand up to the sky. Looking up, look past your fingers. Nice and strong, still pushing that weight back so the heel and Achilles are stretched on the left side. Let's bring that palm of the hand down to our sacrum. Pull that right shoulder blade back onto the spine. Still pushing that left hand into the earth so we're not collapsing too much. Release that right hand up. Come forward, left knee down. Let's come into spinal balance. Starting with the right hand forward, reaching forward like you're shaking somebody's hand and kicking the left foot back, that straight leg that we just had on the ground. Nice and strong. Release the right hand and left knee, other side. Left hand goes out, palm towards the midline. This is a left and right brain handshake kind of posture when we go back and forth. Release. Right hand up, left foot back. From here, let's take the hand. We're going to curl to our cat and pull the hand to the knee, tap the knee, tuck the chin, make a curl, and then reach back out long again. Exhale, round, hand to knee, tuck the chin, and inhale, extend it all out. One more time, round, extend it all out. Keeping that leg up, can you bend the knee, reach back and grab the ankle? If not, continue to do the cat curling and hand to knee that we just were doing. If you've got your ankle, kick your foot back, pull that shoulder blade onto the spine. And let's release the foot if you have it. Otherwise, you come to your full extension. Drop the hand down, but the leg stays up. Crossing the leg over to the right, that left leg that's in the air, cross it over to the right, curl the toes under, and look up and over your right shoulder. See if you can look back at that heel. So we get a nice stretch up the left waist. And leaving that leg there, just drop the knee down. So you're kind of crossing your legs, knee over knee, top of the left foot down, leaving the hands where they are. Just rock your seat back between your ankles. Your front knee might roll off the earth. Just stretch back, open up that kidney area and your hips, your glutes. It's a great way to get some digestion going after you've been sitting a long time on an airplane or desk or something. And let's inhale forward, unwrap the legs. Other side. Left hand forward, right leg back. Once again, we're going to bring the hand to the knee and we curl up and touch the knee, tuck the chin, exhale and inhale the long extension. Exhale, pull it all in nice and tight. Exhale long. Inhale long. So you exhale when we round and we inhale to expand. There we go. One last time, exhale, round. Inhale, lengthen. If you can bend the knee and reach the ankle, go for it. Otherwise, continue a couple more rounds of touching the knee. If you've got your foot kicking back, everything on the earth is to support. Nice strong arm of that right hand's keeping you propped up. Let's release the foot, hand forward, drop the hand to the earth and cross that right leg over behind you. Curling the toes under, heel back, chin up. Look at that foot. See if you can see that foot over there. Pushing the weight back, feeling that stretch up the right hip. Feels good. And now drop that knee down to the earth. So you're crossing your legs on this side, top of the foot down, separating the ankles, leaving the hands where they are. Just roll back, sitting in the seat between the ankles, between the legs, dropping the chin. Very good. Couple of nice breaths, just letting go. Inhale forward, unwrap the knees, big toes touching, knees nice and wide and child's pose. Just sinking the hips back, reaching forward, squaring off the hips. It squares off the shoulders, kind of gives you a reset. As we continue, it's a nice point to begin. So let's inhale up, back up to all fours. Hands on the earth. We're doing our tabletop again. Kicking that right foot back. Look between your hands. Swing that foot between your hands. So we have a assisted runner's lunge. So line up the knee and the ankle, straight line. So that's not a straight line. And like that's not a straight line. So you want to have it stacked. And then when you get that, you pull back that left knee a little bit until you have the biggest opening you can on the left side. Fingertips on the earth. If you have your props with you, this is a great place for blocks right under your hands. It kind of helps you reach the earth a little better, sinking your weight forward. You've got a nice opening on the left front hip. And on an exhale, we're going to just pull the hips back, point the toes in the front and bow over that front leg. Dropping that right hip down so it's not riding up too much. You're going to feel a different stretch when you do that. On an inhale, get the movement forward, pulling the body forward, chin and chest up. Left hip wide, nice and open. Exhale back, bowing over the front, tucking the chin, dropping the head. Inhale forward, chin and chest up. Exhale back. Last time. Let's inhale forward and bring our hands up to our knees. Dropping the shoulders down. Pushing the weight forward. Nice and strong. Can we bring that left arm up to the sky? nice and tall. And continue drawing it to the back as you turn towards the left. Right hand forward like you're shaking someone's hand. So we're like between a pane of glass here on the left and right side, squeezing us. Looking back maybe at that left hand. And maybe you can tip back. That left hand might grace the calf. Right arm up to the sky. Let's leave the right arm up to the sky. Left hand comes up to meet it, turning towards the front of your mat. Interlace your fingers. Maybe you even point the index fingers. Stretch nice and tall. This is perfect if you want to try and do a little back bend. Feel free. And release your hands down the heart line, both hands on the inside of that front foot. Let's heel toe that front foot to the right, just a little bit, make some space. And then we come down for your lizard. So now if you have your blocks, you might put your blocks under your hands or arms. If you can bring your elbows down to the earth, good for you. Everyone's got their different distance. And your other side, you might not have as much space either because our hips aren't exactly the same. If you've got your blocks under your forearms, that's perfect. Nice stretch here of the front left psoas, the right glute, the right inner groin. If you want to get a little bit of a diagonal, maybe this is perfect for you. Just stay here, yogi's choice. But you can take that right hand on the inside of that right knee and push the knee open, rolling off onto the side blade of that right foot. Totally up to you. If you're doing that, maybe you look up to the sky. Maybe you spend a little time doing a couple of these positions. Let's all, if you've got your knee up, hand on your knee, let's release. Let's all place our hands under our shoulders, push ourselves up, curling the back toes under, bringing that back knee off the earth. So you're in sort of a half sort of plank. Can you drag that right foot back to plank? And maybe push back to a down dog here. Walk the dog. Bend one knee, then the other. Let's come to a still dog now. Coming up on the balls of your feet, stretching nice and high, engaging the kneecaps and thighs, pushing the earth away nice and strongly. Getting that chest really close to the thighs, and then drop your heels down. One more time, up on the balls of your feet, pushing the earth away, and then drop the heels down. Looking good. Let's lift that left leg up and swing it between the hands. Other side. Drop the right knee down, tops of the back foot down, or you can leave it tucked, like I said, that's up to you. I like a little more base of support. Once again, we're stacking the knee and ankle. Once that is stacked, we can take this back knee and crawl it back to get the maximum opening on that front right side. Keeping it even so we're not hobbling around. Got yourself planted, blocks under your hands if that's what you're using, perfect. And then we'll exhale back, pulling the hips back, bowing forward, pointing the front toe, tucking the chin over that front leg. Drop that left hip. Don't let it jut out too much out of alignment. We try to keep square here. We did our diagonal hip stretch. Inhale forward, chin and chest up. And now this is a very much more linear stretch. Exhale back, bowing, tucking. Inhale forward. Exhale back, bowing over, pointing the toes. Inhale forward. Staying forward here, let's bring both hands up to the knee. Plant yourself. Feel what that feels like. Right hand straight up. Really stretching from that right kneecap all the way up the right side body to the fingertips, and then drag that hand to the back, turning to the right. Left hand forward, like you're shaking someone's hand. Even look your chin back, maybe looking back at that backhand. Tipping back, raise the front hand up to the sky. Maybe you can touch the calf back there. Breathe for control. Inhale that back hand up to the sky to meet the front, that left hand, and turn towards the front. Interlace your fingers. Maybe you want to interlace them the awkward way. Lead with the other finger. If it feels weird, that's the wrong way. The other way, reaching up. And release the hands in prayer down to the earth inside of that front foot. Same thing. Walk that left foot to the left just a little bit. Bring your blocks on the inside if you're using blocks. Otherwise, you bring your elbows down onto the earth, onto the blocks, however far you can go. And maybe one hand goes down and not the other. And breathe. Nice job, everybody. Just relaxing. Same thing on this side. You do have the option of grabbing that or taking that left hand and pushing on the knee and rolling your hip open a little bit, rolling off onto that left side blade foot of the foot. Just gives you a little bit different motion of the hips. Maybe you try a little both. And let's release that knee if you have it. Everyone else will just place our hands under our face, push ourselves up, curl the back toes under, straighten that back leg so your knee is off the earth, lifting up the hips, stepping back to our down dog. Second side. Come up on the balls of the feet. Push your palms into the earth so your armpits are more open, your chest is closer to the thighs, and then leave that and drop your heels. One more time, inhale up onto the balls of your feet. Push the earth away. Drop your heels. Very nice. Let's come forward, drop your knees down, and come to standing on our knees for camel. You can have your blocks handy for this too if you put them by your ankles. We start by curling our toes under. That's the shortest distance. Hands in your back like you have your fingers in your pants pockets. Shoulder blades together, chest forward, hips forward. We try and keep our hips nice and forward and open. It should be pretty open now after that last sequence. And chest up and high and lean back, pushing the hips forward. If your neck is okay, let the neck go all the way back. If not, you just tuck the chin and hold it close at the same time that you raise your chest up. Couple of breaths. Trying not to collapse backwards. You're really lifting the chest up to the sky as you turn back. And with control, we release and come forward, round the back. We'll do this a second round, so don't worry. We just want to counter, so round the back. Tuck down just a little bit, like a little almost child's pose, just to release the back, and we'll come back up to standing on the knees. If you're going to another level here, you can take your hand to your heel, the other hand to your other heel. Same thing though, the chest is still high. Same rules apply to the neck if it hurts. Tuck the chin if you need to. If you want even a little more distance, the top of the feet come down. But that doesn't mean you collapse backwards. You're still pushing your pelvis forward. You're still raising the chest way, way up to the sky. Shoulder blades together. And with control, ever so slowly, mind yourself, sit your hips back, roll your back. Child's pose, just lean forward, take a moment, knees wide or together, whatever you feel is best for you at the moment. Giving that low back a release. Very good. Let's come back up to our knees. Actually, come back and be seated, spreading our legs wide. You might sit sideways on your mat if you want to keep your heels on your mat. I don't know if you have carpet or hardwood or grass or what your flooring is, but if you want to turn sideways, here's your chance. Spreading your legs as wide as you can with your feet flexed and toes up to the sky, hopefully, as much as you can. Pull your seat behind you. This is challenging for a lot of people just to sit this way, very much so. This is that rebar in your groin. It's really tough. Here comes my yoga companion. Nope, she's going off to lay in the sun. She's got an impressive down dog in the morning, by the way. All right. Let's take your right hand, thumb inside on your shin, on your calf area. Left hand on the thigh. Here she comes. Left hand on your left thigh. Drop the left shoulder down. You're even pushing just a little bit. And the other hand, the right hand, you're pushing back. So you're twisting and lean forward. So try and bring that left shoulder down towards the earth as close as you can. All the while you're pushing with that right hand to get that right shoulder back. Maybe you look up over the right shoulder. And gently release. We're going to go the other way. I've got my Sphinx here. You also want to see my dog do the Sphinx posture. There she is. Left hand on your shin, thumb on the inside, right hand on the thigh. So you're going to push. So we drop that right shoulder down. Push with the left hand, pull that left shoulder back, looking over the left shoulder. Feet are flexed straight up to the sky, hopefully. Leaning forward as far as you can. One more time the other way. So we're switching hands. That right hand slides down to the shin, left hand up. Dropping the left shoulder, pulling the right one back. And back the other direction. Left hand slides down onto the shin, right hand on the hip. This time when we go back to the right side, release that left hand and crawl it a little bit to the side. See if you can, instead of bending and leaning forward, try and bend and lean over that right leg a little, reaching out. Just a little bit different space in the low back we're opening here. And let's crawl our hands across the front of the body slowly off to the other side. So stretching that right hand a little bit off towards the foot, squaring off. Very nice. And walking back to the center, walking your hands into you so you're sitting up straight, hands behind your legs here by your hips, roll all the way back on your tail. And if you think about lifting your leg up and in versus just sliding them together, you'll probably have more success because we're engaging the thigh muscle to lift it up and in rather than just the groin sliding it in, up and in. Or whatever it takes, you just slide them together with your hands if that's what it takes. Oh, plane taking off. Those poor people's vacation is over. You hear it? Let's reach up. Feet are long and legs are long in front of us. Flex feet, reach up and dive forward. Your forward fold. Half an hour ago, this was a lot different, wasn't it? Shimmy the shoulders, shake the shoulders. You got it. Walk your hands back. Let's come down to our backs. Laying on your back, pulling the knees into your chest. One hand on top of each kneecap and just make your circles. Separate your knees or roll them together all the way in a circle. Whatever you're doing, your low back's on the earth, giving it a break, taking all the weight off it. Circle the other direction. There you go. And let's come to a still position, kicking your feet straight up to the sky. See if you can flex your feet. Maybe you're holding the back of your legs. Can you flex your feet so hard that your knees are straight, toes pulled down to your face? And only bend your knees. Leave your knees up there. Leave your thighs the way they are, but only bend your knees. Drop your heels down to your seat. Point the toes down to the earth. Now flex the feet and continue kicking the feet up to the sky, heels to the sky. Once again, bending the knees only. Now point the toes. Now flex the feet and kick the heels back up to the sky. Nice job. Let's release the feet all the way down to the earth. Close up here by your seat, we're setting up for a bridge. So our feet are about hip width distance apart. Palms down at your sides, pushing the palms and forearms and shoulders down. Lift up your hips. The more you use your arms, the closer your shoulder blades will get together and the more the shoulders will get involved for strength. You're pushing the hips nice and high, open side of the body, the visceral side, vulnerable and open. Let's slowly, slowly roll down one vertebrae at a time. See if you can really, really feel the different vertebrae, the different sections of the back. When you get to the low back, tuck your tail until you feel the low back on the earth. You might have to engage the abdomen even, and then drop your tail release. One more time, hips up to the sky. Nice and high. Let's roll down one vertebrae at a time. Same thing, tuck the tail, suck in the abdomen to get that low back, and then drop your pelvis. This last time we'll do some variations here. So inhale up. Maybe you crawl your hands, shoulder blades under your back and clasp your hands behind you, nice and close, and pull your wrists down to get closer to your ankles. You see your chest opening up and the shoulder blades are really involved here. If you have your hands clasped, let's open them, walk your shoulders wide again. Plant your left foot and the weight in your left foot. Can you shoot your right foot up to the sky? Circle the foot like we did from tabletop, other direction. Right foot down, left foot up to the sky. Circle the foot, other direction. Left foot down, roll your back down slowly, one vertebrae at a time. You know the drill here now. Once your tail is dropped, pulling the knees into the chest, rocking left and right. You got it. This is a nice stretch I like to introduce. Now, don't let your brain get in the way too much. It's a nice side stretch. So we had our butterfly earlier, right? Drop your right knee off to the side like a half butterfly. Your right knee is down. Now identify that right foot. Slide that right foot behind your left ankle. And then reach down with your left hand and grab that foot. Pull on that foot to try and straighten that right side of the body. And then the right arm goes straight up over your head, laying it back on the earth. It's a very passive stretch, a nice stretch all the way from your knee, up the front of the leg, the waist, the side rib cage, the armpit, all the way to the fingertips. And try and relax and just release. Maybe you turn your chin to the left. Just opening that side of the body. The more you pull on that foot and get your leg in line with your side body, more of a stretch. You feel that going down to your knee, it gets more intense. This is sort of a very passive version of a camel. I'm sorry, hero's pose. And when you're done, let's release that foot, pull the leg out from behind, up with the right knee, dropping the left knee down to the left side. Shimmy that left foot behind your other heel. And see if you can reach down and grab the toes, the ankle, something of that foot. And pull it over to the right, straightening the left side of the body. Left arm goes stretching straight up over the head and drops down over the head. Nice and long. And relax. Maybe the chin just drops to the right gently. and breathe. The effort you're putting in now is that right hand. Hopefully you can let go of the muscles on the left knee, on the left thigh, on the shoulder. Try to only engage that right arm holding the foot. Couple more breaths. Keep your mind's eye along that left side and offer up some relaxation and stretch. Now with control, we come out of this. Release the foot. Knees come up to your chest one more time. Slide your hands up the outsides of your legs, grabbing the outsides of your feet for happy baby. Pulling the knees outside the rib cage into the armpits. At the same time, you're tucking your tail down. Pull the knees down, tuck the tail down. And we're going to go right into Shavasana. So release your legs. Extend your legs straight out. Separate like a V. Hands at your side, palms up. And the further you slide your palms away from your body, the more you will feel your shoulder blades settling in and relaxing. So don't be afraid to take up some space with your hands. Spread the hands away from the hips. Even try it. Bring your hands right by your body and picture your shoulders, and then slowly move your hands away. You see what happens to your shoulders? At some point, you find a natural spot where the most of your shoulder blade is flat on the earth. And from here, take your Shavasana, relaxing the forehead, the cheeks. The lips might soften, the tongue naturally might fall back to the roof of the mouth. Throat is soft, neck is soft, chest is open. Once again, the front side of the body is, visceral side of the body is open. Belly soft, thighs are just gently falling open as knees fall open and your toes fall out to the side. Just take a moment. Drink in your practice. And we'll listen to this didgeridoo and the deep beat and see if you can feel some of this energy for a few minutes in your chakras resonating. Sink away. I'll pull you back. Slowly come back into your breath. Hopefully some of that vibration helped you settle and relax. Coming into more conscious, deeper breaths. Maybe you turn your chin side to side. Wriggle your thumbs and fingertips, rubbing them together, circling the wrists and ankles, wiggling your toes, maybe. Roll your kneecaps in and out, feet in and out, just coming a little bit more into the room. And on your exhale, a big exhale, pull your knees into your chest. And turn off to your left-hand side, dropping down to the left in your fetal position, so familiar to your DNA. And when you're ready to push yourself up to a seated posture, do so as we began class, sitting nice and comfortably, however you like to sit. Hands on your lap, on your knees, sitting up nice and straight, shoulders back, eyes closed, softly, soft face. Begin by thanking yourself for coming to class today, coming to the mat for yourself, for your betterment, for your yoga. And this is where your advanced practice kicks in, where you take your strength and focus and flexibility and balance into your daily routine. That's how our yoga transcends our life. And since I'm teaching outdoors today, I would like to end with this. The sun never said to the earth, "You owe me." Think of what can be done with a love like that. It can light up the entire sky. So take your love light out of the studio and shine to those around you when you can. Let's inhale our arms up the side, looking up, bringing our hands in prayer position together over our head, and bringing the hands down to the forehead. May you always know your truth. Hands at your throat chakra. May you always speak your truth. And hands at your heart chakra. May you always live your truth. Thanks for joining, everybody. Namaste.